Hello, and welcome to another episode of Connecting Live with me, your host, Lydia Dahl. Just waiting for Troy Williamson to join the chat, and then we can get this little live started. Hope everyone is well. I'm so excited to be back doing lives again. It's good. Troy sent you your request. You should have it. Hopefully this works without any... Hi!
Hey, you alright?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just got in, just sorting all the dogs and ferrets and everything.
Well, I can't wait to talk to you about your dogs, see how everyone is keeping. But let's talk boxing first before we get started, before we get to talk about dogs and all the fun stuff. Congratulations, big fight just announced for you.
Yeah, it's a massive fight and one I've been waiting for a while now, so I'm happy that's come about.
So did you find out at kind of the same time that we did? I mean, I know Eddie Hearn had put up the tweet saying that he'd won the purse bid, so obviously it was very exciting for all of us to see that. Did you find out a little before, or was that the same time for you?
No, it was the same time for me, but obviously with me British like final eliminator against Kevin Smith, I just obviously when I won that, I knew that it was going to come because I
Mm.
know what sort of fighter Ted is, and I knew that he wouldn't back down on the challenge, so. It was just all about waiting for it to be announced. To be fair,
How has the time been for you since that Kieran Smith fight? Because not it was kind of one of those fight. It was one of those fights where it was split in terms of like the conversation of who was going to win. Both two very strong opponents. 50-50 fight. It could have gone either way, and to win that fight in the way that you've done, it seemed to me that boxing fans that didn't really know Troy Williamson now are starting to take notice.
yes, like you said, it was a good 50-50 fight. I had a lot of respect for Kieran before the fight, and obviously a lot more now. The way he handled it, I was confident in my ability and obviously like what I had to do to get the job done. And the fight just played exactly how we expected. Me and my coach, obviously, we knew that he was a good, gifted boxer, and he was awkward, big, tall southpaw. The first couple of rounds might have been nip and tuck, or I might have lost the first couple, but it was only a matter of time before I got on top of him. And obviously, 6 rounds, it took me 6 rounds to do that.
I mean, Kieran Smith now going on to Ted Cheeseman, not easy fights by any stretch of the imagination. Is that what you want? I mean, we see it time and time again that, opponents picking fights, picking easy fights, picking fights that they'll win. With you, it seems to be very different. You're looking for the challenge and you're being given it and you're taking it, and that seems to be the path you're going.
Yeah, therefore, I've been asking for these sort of fights for the past couple of years now, and now they're just like they're only just starting to happen. So I'm really pleased about that. But yeah, Ted's another tough fight, and again another one that I will be confident in getting the job done.
If the fight happens, all goes to plan, you get the win. What do you expect to happen to your career after that?
It elevates from then. Like even if I defend the British, there's some massive fights out there to domestically. But if I move on and head towards the European, the world stage, and get that British title. That's the main thing. And then I believe me career just goes up there from then.
Do you feel like it's the right time? Like, do you feel like, we hear time and time again with not just in boxing, but in life, people always say timing is everything. Do you feel like this is your time now to make that statement, to make all these statements in boxing?
Yeah, 1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. I
Why
feel,
is
I
that?
feel, I feel
What's changed? Why is it now?
nothing's changed. Just obviously, I've had the same hunger and the same belief as always. I think it's just everything happens for a reason. I've been waiting a long time for this, and I think it's just I feel ready, and I will be ready on the night. And yeah, I just believe that the British title's coming back to the northeast.
When fighters say the time is right, everything is coming together, it just feels right. Is there an amount of pressure on you because you work so hard, whether it's your training, your fighting, working on being a professional fighter, being a boxer, and then you have to capitalize on these opportunities that you're given. You have to be you know, there's no days off. You can't turn up to the venue on the night and be like, I'm having a bit of an off day. It's not for me. You have to rise to the occasion if you want to get the win, if you want to have the success. So for you, is there an added pressure on having to do that?
Yeah, only in myself because I know like how good I am and obviously how good I need to beat Ted Cheeseman on the night.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only added pressure. Obviously, I put the work in outside, out like on the outside of the boxing world, like
Mm-hmm.
with my diet, my training, my sacrifices. So taking that into a fight night that's the only bit of pressure that I bring on myself. To be fair, because I truly believe I'm a better fighter than Ted. I believe I'm the best light middleweight in the country. It's just like I said in my last couple of fights, I just need to prove it, which I haven't
Mm-hmm.
proved yet. So this is obviously now this is my platform to prove that I am the best.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only added pressure that I bring on myself is that I've once said that I'm the best. I just need to prove it now.
When you say you have to prove it, like obviously we know what you mean in terms of having to prove it to yourself, to boxing fans, to boxing. But is there anyone, you know, when you think about having to prove yourself, is there anyone that comes to mind? Is there someone that you really want to win for or achieve for, or is it just purely for yourself?
Nah, but when I say it to myself, I just mean like I've said I'm the best. I just need to
Yes.
I need to back it up. But obviously, I
Hmm.
want to win the British title for obviously my coach. He's a pro-am coach, so he's got an amateur club, and he's had champions from schoolboys to juniors to youths, and obviously he's always wanted the professional British champion. So this is my opportunity to be the first to win it for him. So mainly,
Hmm.
obviously, I want to win it for my coach, and then obviously me supporters and my family, and obviously myself. But
Hmm.
now that it's not just obviously there's no I in team, is there? So obviously there's me, my coach, my
It's
strength
not.
conditioning coach, my nutritionist, my family, my friends. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to win it for the whole of North East as well.
Well, you know, there's no I in team, but it's with boxing, fighting is a little bit different
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, you're on
you
your
know
own.
you do get in there on
Yeah,
your own. But
but
I understand what you mean.
yeah,
But anyway, so do we have a date for the for you versus Ted Cheeseman? Have they put anything down on paper? Do we know when
no.
that'll be?
Hopefully, find out this week. I
Hmm.
did see something about with Eddie and winning the purse bids, then they've got to have a date within 14 days of the winning the purse bid. So that's like another 9 days or something. So hopefully get a
Hmm.
date by the end of this week.
Are you surprised at the reception that it's gotten so far? And people are very excited for this fight.
No, not at all. I think we've both got similar sort of styles. We both like to trade and we both can box. So I think it will be a very exciting fight. It's got
Hmm.
a lot of interest of a lot of people, which
Absolutely.
I think it deserves.
Hmm. And I imagine you're, as always, very grateful that you're getting to fight in these times. I know we're starting to see the relaxing of lockdowns and restrictions and all that kind of stuff, but we still are not back to normal. We're still not just, you know, fans back at any capacity. So I imagine you're grateful to be given the opportunity to fight.
Yeah, exactly. And I was grateful for even having the two fights during lockdown with
Hmm.
no crowds because I know fighters that have they've basically gone now 18
Hmm.
months, maybe 2 years without a
Yeah.
fight. It's hard to stick in the gym and it's hard to be not be professional, but like it's hard to just be on it like 24/7 with your diet when you haven't got no date or when you don't have a clue
Hmm.
when you are boxing. So obviously I'm proud of my team for getting me out in two great fights.
Hmm. You are very
And
disciplined, though. You live a very disciplined life, right?
yeah, but I always have done. I've never been one to go out. I rarely drink, so I've never been one to go out partying and drinking. So
Hmm.
I'm always in the gym or I'm always doing some sort of exercise.
Hmm. Do you ever think about after boxing, like when you're finished and when you don't have to be in the gym every day, you don't have to watch your diet? Do you think you'll still manage to be disciplined, or will you like put on 15 stone and be constantly holding 2 cans of beer?
Nah, I don't think I'll go. I'll probably put a bit of weight on, like, but that's about it. I'll have plenty of dogs to walk, but that's probably the only exercise I will be doing.
Well, let's talk about the dogs because I love dogs. You know this already, but you've actually given me numerous dog tips and help over the last year or two. But how are the dogs? All 12 of them?
With puppies, so I've got 7, and then I've got 6 puppies that are just terrorising my kitchen now.
Have you got them in the house with you?
Yeah, I've got them in the kitchen, yeah.
No way. So are these the little white and grey ones?
Yeah, little whippets they are.
Oh, they're Whippets. Right. Okay, okay, okay. So, oh my God, how exciting. So how many Whippet, you've got 6 Whippet puppies.
Yeah, 6 whippet puppies. I've got obviously the mum, and I've got obviously her mum.
Yeah.
So
So, like, is breeding dogs, that's something you're really passionate about?
yeah, well, I just love dogs. Doesn't matter like
But is
small
it not
dogs, big
hard work?
dogs.
Like, I imagine breeding dogs is not the easiest of things that you could do in your spare time.
It's like a full-time job. I get
Yeah,
up
that's what I
early, but
mean.
I get up early enough. So obviously I feed dogs. I don't feed them to be fair. That's a lie. I feed them at like 3 o'clock. So I get up, clean the dogs, walk the dog. Then I go and do my training. And I come
Mhm.
with them being puppies. Then I come back. Just obviously you have to clean all the piss shit up again. Just 3 or 4 times a day. But then obviously then I walk them in the afternoon. Then I feed them. Then I train. Then I come back. And they want obviously the little shower that's in the house. I pop them out on a night before bed.
So picking up dog poop is keeping you humble, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. You have to. Someone's got to do it.
So, like, how does dog breeding work? I'm very interested. Is it like, do you choose, like, okay, now I'm going to breed a litter of puppies and you
Yeah,
fit it
well,
around?
obviously it's coming in that like because everybody was doing it, people were just breeding like all different types of dogs. Obviously, it's coming now where you have to have a license.
Yeah.
So some people had like from French bulldogs to dog to Bordeaux, just
Hmm.
dog like loads of types of dogs. I've got my work dogs, two with an Airedale Terrier, and the others are just like obviously I've got an XL Bully and a Chow to
Yeah.
breed. So
Well,
there's not a load of different mixtures of dogs. Obviously, there's the ones that I work and which I take out, and then there's obviously the ones that I breed. So
mhm. Can you do it full time when you retire?
it's hard work. It is hard work. That's just as
Hmm.
that's just for like seven dogs. I'm not doing it for, like, 10 dogs. It's hard
Good
work.
stuff. There's a couple of questions that have come in about your dog. See, I knew people love these dogs. This is
Well,
from,
I'll just stop you there.
go on.
Well, they actually, yeah. Oh, but there was a young kid from Darlin. He had like I think he had 15 out to me, and I'd love him for meeting for his birthday. This is during the lockdown, so obviously I was obliged that they asked me to be there. So obviously I got the blood signed, took it down to him. He did boxing, knocked on the door of the evening scheme, give him the glove, got a photo, and his mum was like, "Do you know who he is?" And
Who?
he looked me up and he was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Who?" He went, "The dog man." He was only about 11. So,
There you go. Can we possibly look at changing your fight name to the dog man?
the dog man.
I think it works. I think there's it's a little something about it. I think we could work with that. There's a couple of questions in. There's a question here from Sam Smith 23, and he said, "What is your favorite breed of dog that you've got? Do you have a favorite?"
That that I've got. Well, my favourite breed of dog I don't have, and everybody asks me, they say, "That's your favourite breed of dog?" And you've got that many dogs, I don't have it. I don't know why. My favourite breed of dog is a Lassie type dog.
Yes.
That's my favourite. Then Bedlit Terrier.
Very good. I like that's dogs. This is from Charlie too. When he said, "What was your first dog called?"
Spook.
What?
Spook.
That's a great name for a dog. Where'd you get that from?
The name.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like a family dog from like being like my first dog was this. He was like
Very good. That's a good name. Here's a question in from Mickey Lee 13 says, what does a rest day look like for Troy? He looks like he trains every day.
Rest just just hanging about, going into town, getting a coffee, popping the dogs out, just no training, just chilling, eating a bit of junk if I'm not in camp.
What's junk? What kind of junk would you be eating?
Chocolate, fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Mhm.
Before I let you go, can we talk about that time that you went to go on holidays
Yeah,
and got stuck in quarantine for the entire duration of your trip and then had to just come home? So saw the inside of a hotel room and then had to come home. Can we talk about that experience? How was it?
weird one. Um,
It was unfortunate. It was
it's
at the
definitely a weird
time it
one.
was very funny because obviously you'd gone with your friends
Yeah,
and while you were over there we were talking, we'd done a few like Instagram lives from quarantine or from isolation, whatever you would call it. But it seemed like it would have been really, really mentally tough to have to be in that hotel room for all that time.
I didn't. Obviously, I got stuff pinched off the back. We were on our ground floor
Yeah.
apartment. And somebody come over and picked the balcony, took my shades, all my training stuff that I was meant to do, that I was meant to be training.
No way.
When we asked if we could leave, like change rooms, they were saying you can't because you're not in position. So I think obviously we didn't feel safe there for one.
Yeah.
Uh, we had to change the flights 3 times, so it just didn't seem like we were going to ever get on. It's horrible.
What was that like? Were you scared at any point? Were you like, what are we going to do here?
Yeah, at one point, yeah, because I broke out the room and they were just security. They were like they must have been the police because they were all loaded up with guns, basically saying get back in your room. So and then obviously they taped the door, so we couldn't open the door because if we did open it slightly, the tape would have ripped, so that they knew that we'd have left. Um, People were saying jump over the fence on the balcony, but
Yeah.
it must have been 20 foot with barbed wire all on the top. There was no way we were getting out. Quite. Like we met a couple that were on the apartment above us, so we could like look out the balcony and walk up to her. And the woman, she was from Manchester. She was saying that like she seen two Spanish dudes like stood near the hotel while one was jumping over the balcony while one was like just keep it just to make sure no one.
Fucking hell.
You wouldn't go back to that hotel anyways. It's
Yeah,
put me off
I wouldn't blame
put me
you.
off going to Tenerife, to be fair.
Well, that's what I was going to. My next question was, has it put you off actually traveling in this climate? I mean, loads of people are like mad to get away. They're like, I don't care. I'm like, for me, I don't know. I like things to be easygoing and chill, and I just don't think that is the situation for me.
I think a lot of places are easing off now. Well, now like England's basically easing off. Hopefully
Yeah.
by the time I book September, October, hopefully everything's back to normal because I won't mind a nice holiday after.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it. Do we know? Obviously, by the time you fight, we probably will have more of an audience as well. The restrictions would have lifted a little bit with that.
Yeah, well, we'll be boxing sometime in autumn, so
Yeah,
be back end of September, early October, I think. But I don't have no date yet.
good stuff. Well, listen, we look forward to when the date is released, and hopefully I'll be there. Hopefully, we'll get to come and do a post-fight interview and get to watch the fight. That'd be awesome. Um, but I will leave you go. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate
Yeah,
it as always. Best of luck with your training and everything, and the puppies. I hope they all get happily rehomed. And if there happens to be one left, I'll take that as a sign that I should probably take it. So let me know.
yeah, yeah. No worries.
Good stuff. Well, listen, thank you so much, Troy. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you
Yeah,
soon.
thank you. Yeah, speak to you in a bit. Bye
See you
bye.
later. Bye bye. Bye bye.